sir. Eat that meat, Jennifer. Why doesn't that pheasant look pleasant? Fasten your taste buds for gastronomic ride, 'cause us two fat ladies are itching up to get into your kitchen. Yeah! Oh, yes.
That's a goodie.
Hey ho.
Hey. Hey, what wonderful monsters you've got.
Yes.
Aren't they splendid?
And look, I even found a shaggy ink cap.
Oh, they're lovely. I really find them delicious. And what else have you got?
Field mushrooms, hedgehogs, horse
Great.
mushrooms.
Here, I've got seps.
Lovely, Boletus edulus.
It's a good patch.
Still, we need some more, I think. Lovely, make a fortune with these in Italy.
Oh, in London.
Nah, you're not allowed to sell them.
I found the lovely red one. Pink.
Don't touch it, Jennifer, don't touch it. Fly agaric. It's beastly poisonous. I used to try and find them all the days of my childhood to poison my father with.
Did you succeed?
No, I never find them. I suppose the thing is with mushrooms, unless you specifically want to poison someone, if you don't know them, leave them alone. Oh, look, there's some more over there.
Yes, porcini. It'll be a feast.
What fun to go camping.
Kill treat. Do I really have to get into one of those nasty little tents?
Yes, of course, you have no spirit of adventure, Jennifer.
I have, but it's for the high seas and the ships and things like that, not for crouching. I don't know how to put a tent up.
Well, it's all right, I've had lots of practice.
Oh, Tuffy. Oh, Tuffy.
Actually, I only came to camping late in life, you know. I never slept in a tent until I was 40, and I'm dedicated to it now.
All sorts.
Anyway, it's only a couple of miles till Kielder.
I don't mind how far it is. It's the actual lying on the ground in damp tents. Maybe I can make a getaway. Right, off we go.
Off to Kielder! Be prepared!
We're prepared!
The Scout Association!
And how?
Good old Baden Powell. Watch the washing.
Look, towels.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Look at this. This is lovely.
Very bumpy here.
Hello, hello.
Hello, dears. It's a most heavenly place, isn't it? It's magnificent. You love it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wonderful. What a view.
Ah, here's your Scoutmaster.
Good morning.
Good morning, welcome to our camp. We've put you a mess tent up over here. Your own personal tents are down there.
Terrific.
Is there anything else you would like us to help with before we go off canoeing this afternoon?
Yes, please. Could I borrow some of your troop to dig a hole? It's not a very big hole, it's for cooking something.
This lot look as though they could dig a hole with the greatest of ease, I should think.
This is the sort of thing that the Polynesians used to cook human bodies in for cannibal feasts.
Long pig.
Long pig, exactly. We want to dig out this hole, and then we're going to fill it with stones, only we're not going to cook any passing human being. We're going to cook some fish in it, and then get it sort of fairly level at the bottom. Just get that bit of grass out. Put the stones as closely together as you can, and then we can light a fire on it. What happens is, you see, when you light the fire on it, you leave the fire to burn for a bit, and it heats up the stones, and it's actually the stones we're going to cook on, not the fire.
I've heard of crazy paving, but this is ridiculous.
Right, now, it's not for me to tell you experts how to build a fire. So could you build me a fire in that pit on top of the stones?
Rub 2 Boy Scouts together.
Shush.
This could be exhibited in the Tate. It's a great deal prettier than sort of half sheep in formaldehyde, isn't it?
Yeah. Now that's got to burn down for a couple of hours. Will you 3 be all right to sort of keep an eye on this? Yeah?
Yeah, fine.
Lovely. Thanks very much. Best lure I've ever helped to make.
Good, good. First one I've ever seen. I'm going to make a thing called a shooter's sandwich, which in fact is a hollowed out loaf stuffed with a great big thick bit of rump steak and delicious field mushrooms that if you're as lucky as we were, you've picked that morning. You may think a big rump steak is expensive, but when you consider the amount of people it will feed in comparison to those sandwiches you get, which I mean can cost from £2 to £3 and are filthy, this is a much better bet. What I'm doing now is I've taken out most of the crumb from the inside of this loaf. I've cut a bit off and I'm keeping that to put the lid on again afterwards. Now what we want to do is we want to grill this fine piece of rump. You want the pan extremely hot because you want that char on the outside. It gives that very nice taste and makes it juicy within. I think it's... Yeah, it is. Try and get a first-class piece of rump, I would say. Slap that in. I should think about a minute on either side.
Yes, nothing nastier than overcooked steak, is there, really?
No, and it's terribly tough. It'd be horrible to eat. But one wants the rib, one wants the blood. We make our nice crisscrosses. You see? Lovely crisscrosses. It's not very good to season it beforehand. The salt is meant to sort of draw the blood or something.
That's right,
like
yes,
that.
no, it does. It makes it run.
I think that's all right now. Yeah, nice and crisp.
Oh, lovely, yes.
I'll plonk it there. And I'll just get rid of this for a moment, because it's going to splatter.
Put it on the floor, that's the best place for it, isn't it?
Well, fling it anywhere.
Great advantage of camping.
And then we'll season this well. Just leave that there to soak in a little bit. And I'll go and get my mushrooms to do.
Right, well, I'll get on with what I'm doing. And I'm making a dish called mutter char. My grandmother, who founded the family fortunes on her back by marrying 3 husbands, all of whom died happy and left her all their money, married as her second husband a man with the splendid name of Ezekiel Manasseh, a very illustrious Sephardic Jewish family from Calcutta. And when he went east, his mother sent with him a cook called Fazda, a black Jew from Cochin. And Fazda was famous in my family mythology for his breakfast eggs. And it took me until almost now to find that it was actually called mutter char, not Fazda's eggs. And what I've got here is some onions, which are just gilding in the pan. And I'm now going to add to them some tomatoes, some green chilies, chopped, and some mango, just sliced. You may think that this is not really a camping dish, but in fact you could use everything out of tins apart from the eggs. You could use tinned mangoes if you had to, but do try not to have them in syrup. Now the thing with mangoes, if you're buying fresh mangoes, you'll never buy them ripe, except occasionally in the Asian shops or down the market. And if you get them non-ripe, the thing to do is put them in a paper bag with overripe bananas and shut them in a dark cupboard or a drawer, and then they'll go and ripen. And I'm just going to let that cook down a bit.
Ravishing looking.
Doesn't it look pretty?
I like the sound of all those husbands.
Yes, Uncle Easy was a splendid man. And now I'm going to add to this some coconut milk and water, half and half.
How how does it come about to be white? Because when you break open the coconut, it's not like that. It's more watery.
Oh, no, it's not the stuff that you find in the coconut. Coconut milk is you grate up the flesh of the coconut.
Of course you do.
And then you leave it to soak and you wring it out. There you see, look, it's already taking a golden colour from the mangoes. And I'm going to add half a teaspoonful each of turmeric, paprika, ground coriander, and salt. And stir that all in. Smelling good already. Now I've got some curry leaves. And what you want to do is you rub them between the palms of your hands just to release the fragrances, the oils, and then just scatter them in. And some fresh coriander. Just tear that in. There we are. Now, just turn this down a bit. And it's got to simmer for 10 minutes to thicken. What are you up to next?
I'm going to stuff my shooters. There, I think my mushroom's just about ready. But I tell you what, I never peel the mushrooms. I just give them a brush off, or a damp cloth if necessary, you know, if there's a bit of muck on them.
Yes,
but the skin, I think, contains most of the flavour, don't you?
Yes, I do, I agree.
Now it's time to start stuffing the loaf. We'll get the steak. Now we'll put it in. Now we'll put the mushrooms in one by one. Take all the juices you can. There's another one. We'll make it all snug in there. Look, it's a wonderful sight.
Delicious.
Isn't that great?
I'm hungry already.
Now I'm going to put the lid back. But first of all, I'm going to take the bit of crumb in the lid and collect all the remaining juices in the pan.
I'll have that bit.
There you wait, it's delicious. Look, black. Pop that in. Now we'll put its little lid on again. And now I'm going to take it away, wrap it up and weight it down well. Now I'm going to roll this up. I've got a layer of kitchen towel and greaseproof paper. They really ought to be wonderful sheets of white blotting paper. That's what they used to use. But this will do, I reckon. Now we take a long piece of string and secure the two ends.
Good practice for Christmas.
I'm rather good at Christmas parcels.
Had you been taking lessons from the Scouts?
Now that's secure enough for that, I think. I'll just lean on it a bit. Then we get a board, a heavy board. Lean on it again. And then a really heavy basin. Saucepan, this fine object will do. And this we're going to leave for about 6 hours, so that it all crushes together and all the juices amalgamate and make the whole thing very delicious.
Can't wait to try.
So we'll have to wait a few hours for that. And what are you up to?
Well, this is reduced nicely now. Look at that colour, isn't that a good colour?
Yeah, terrific.
Right, so now all I've got to do, I've just got to put the juice of half a lemon in.
It's a most extraordinary mixture, isn't it?
And now here I've got my hard-boiled eggs, beautifully boiled, not too hard.
Not too hard. I'm
No.
great one against them being too hard.
Oh, heaven forbid. You can break a raw egg into the mixture and poach it in the mixture if you want.
Yeah.
I think that's what they do in Cochin.
I'm glad to hear it.
But it's not what I'm going to do at Kildare.
And what would you have with it? Rice or something?
You could, or just really good bread to
yeah.
mop it up. It's a breakfast dish.
Oh, I see.
You have it for breakfast. There we are, and then once the eggs have warmed through, we can serve it up.
Delicious. Can't wait.
Well, I hope there are some fish in this lake. We haven't dug that lure in vain.
I hope so too.
Have you done much fishing?
No, not much. We'll pray to St. Peter.
Yeah, it's a good
He's
idea.
the fellow. I used to live a lot by the sea, and I remember once going out saying I was going to go fishing with a cousin of my own age. And what we did was we went down to the fishermen, and for about sixpence, we got about a dozen mackerel. And we brought them back with great pride and lied and said, "Look what we've caught at the end of the pier." Down in the meadow in the little fishy pool swam 3 little fishes and a mama fish too. Swim, said the mama fishy, swim if you can. Swam and they swam right over the dam. Hey, I think I've caught one.
Jennifer, look, I can see something down there. Well done! Nice
Hooray.
little trout, look.
Dear St. Peter, thank you.
Yes, there you are. Ooh, God.
You may have the pleasure of taking the hook out.
Oh, thank you. There. At least we have something to cook on the lure now.
Oh, we must get some more. We've time.
Oh, yes, yes. Anyway, St. Peter's doing you proud, so who knows? You may bring back a whole fleet.
A whole shoal of fishes.
That's right, the net was too heavy for them to carry it.
Lovely thought.
Look at these lovely trout that we've got. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some bracken on top. It's sort of damp, this bracken, so it's all right, otherwise you have to damp it down a bit.
Very folksy, isn't it?
Frightfully folksy, yeah. Now, they look pretty, a bit of thyme and salt and pepper.
Fine fellows.
So clever we are. Wrap them up, put them on.
It looks charming.
Bit more bracken over the top. You can use seaweed for this if you're by the sea.
Now that'd be nice. It would be flavoursome.
Very flavoursome. And then the towel,
Oh, the
Jennifer,
towel,
the
the
towel. Your great moment.
Would it be all right?
Yes, no,
Won't
it'll be
burn.
fine. No, the bracken's quite damp. When we come back, they'll be cooked.
Good. When? How long?
Oh, I don't know. About an hour or so.
For a fish?
Yeah,
Slow cooking.
that's right.
Yeah.
Delicious
Yeah.
and luscious. All the juices in there.
Great. Bravo, dear.
Thank you very much. Right. And away. Back to our chores.
Anyway, let's go and find a proper stove.
I love onion soup, don't you? And the great advantage of it is that even the seediest, most run-down of village shops, you will always find onions. This is a very good recipe for using up leftover Stilton. And what I've got softening here is some butter, and I'm just going to add some onions to it. They're perfect to take camping because they're terribly portable, and it doesn't really matter if they get wet. And you can just chop them up and make a big pot of onion soup. The colour of onion soup is a matter of caramelisation, and it's really entirely up to you. I don't like dark brown onion soup, but
I
that's
do.
just me. Well, that's very good. I'm glad for you. Well, you're not getting it today. And so the darker you cook your onion, the darker your soup will be. And they'll take a bit of time to soften. Just keep stirring them while you're doing it. Lovely. I love the smell of cooking onion.
So do I love it. Except when it's old, you know, when people are doing it in the street, and then it smells of old sweat.
Oh, yes, it does. Horrid,
Yes,
isn't it?
disgusting.
I remember once when I was at school and my mother sent me a chicken which wasn't sufficiently cooked, and so we cut it up and we put it in the electric kettle. And some idiot went and tipped in a packet of onion soup. Can you imagine the smell? I mean, you could smell it for days. This nun kept coming around going, "What is this funny smell?" Now I'm going to add some stock. This is stock mixed with beer. You can mix it with beer, you can mix it with wine, you can leave out the alcohol altogether if you like, but it's actually better with a bit of something just to give it a bit of oomph. And some thyme. Thyme is a lovely herb, and again, sort of readily findable. Just a bit of time for taste, not too much, or you kill the taste of the onion. And some salt and pepper. Well, this will be yearning for its Stilton in about 15 minutes, and in the meantime, Jennifer will show you some dazzling tricks.
Hey presto! I'm back to my beloved Italy. I'm making a frittata, which is an Italian omelette. Very unlike the French omelette, which is cooked, you know, as quickly as possible. This is slow, and it's got a lot of vegetables in it. I'm using onions and tomatoes, but you can put anything you like in, you know, leftover courgettes, aubergines, olives, anchovies, anything you like. At the moment, what I'm doing is gently frying 2 pounds of onions. You may think that's a lot, but it renders down, and then I put some tomatoes in. It takes a long time. Those onions have taken, you know, 10 to 15 minutes to get this soft. This is about ready now. And I'm going to remove this to a bowl to cool off a bit. Also, there'll be quite a lot of juice, so squeeze it up against the side. You don't want it too sloppy. I'll just give this a wipe. Now we start the egg bit. Throw that on the ground as we have ground. Now I put about 2 ounces of butter in. Then we've got 6 eggs. Going to beat them. Just beat them well, but not frothy, not like a French omelette, just so they're very well mixed together. Then we want to put in the onions and the tomatoes. Two tablespoonfuls of Parmesan cheese. Mix it all well together. And I better just have a taste. Yeah, I think that's enough salt and pepper. We can always add to it, we can't take it away. Get a handful of basil. I love that smell. And tear it in. Now mix that all together. Butter's melted. We want to pour all this into the hot frying pan. And we'll just smooth it out evenly so that it will cook nicely. And it'll take about 15 minutes on a very, very low gas. I mean, the lower the better, because you just want it to cook evenly right the way through. So you can carry on cooking.
But my soup's simmering away nicely now, so I'm going to add the Stilton. You can use Stilton rind for this, believe me, because I didn't believe it when I was told it. Grate up your old Stilton rind and put it in. But what I've got here is just some grated Stilton, and I'm going to put it in and leave it to cook down, melt into the soup. Then put a lid on and leave it for about another 15 minutes while I cook my croutons. And you can never have too many croutons. It's one of those rules of thumb. However many croutons you cook, it's never enough.
It's like bread sauce.
Absolutely.
Never enough.
And just test the oil.
There's an
Not
earwig.
quite.
Never mind, it's gone.
There's nothing like a little fried earwig.
Pop it in.
You can put garlic in with your croutons if you want.
I like the way you've left the crusts on. I love the crusts left on.
Do like a bit of body myself. If you don't have the oil hot enough, when you put your croutons in, they'll just go and take it all up, and you'll have greasy croutons and no oil. So that soup's beginning to smell like. Can you smell it? Really smelling nice.
Bubbly.
Yeah, but it's meant to bubble.
It's lovely.
Suddenly got it.
Good for the cold.
It is, actually. Onions are terribly good for you. Culpeper says, Culpeper in 1640 says, onions and garlic burn away the fat that grows round the heart.
Oh, they've always been considered very healthy.
I know, but it takes the medical profession that long to re-remember things, doesn't it? There we are, now those are done. All golden and lovely. And now all I have to do is wait for this soup to cook. So I think I'll come and bother you.
No bother at all, my dear. I'm just checking my frittata. Lovely. Do you see it's turning into a sort of solid cake? Still a bit gooey on top. I think I'll grill it for a moment. About half a minute should do it. It is, of course, absolutely delicious, cold, just cut into chunks. And that's how it's often eaten in Italy. The children are sent to school with a good wodge of it and a good bit of bread, and also the workmen take it in their little cans. I think that's it. There, that's just how it should look. Succulent and bubbly.
Perfect.
I went on a canoeing course this week, which is quite hard to translate it. Yeah, because Johnny course it too.
If you can't face these eggs for breakfast, try them for brunch.
With a bottle of whiskey waters and armed with this, you can travel from John of Grace to Land's End and cock a snook at both.
A total comfort dish after a long day.
Excellent any time, hot, cold or lukewarm.
Plenty of time for other activities while these are cooking.
Oh, this fish is quite nice actually. Guess what?
Well, you look very splendid in that outfit. Very Parisian chic, your headdress.
I'm trying to cover myself from head to toe because of these terrible midges. This is my helmet bag.
No.
My helmet bag. I hate this camping. I don't understand what you see in it.
Well, it goes back a long way. My grandmother lived in a tent in her drawing room in Little Venice.
How very sensible of her to put it in the drawing room.
Yeah, she was Irish and very eccentric. It was after my grandfather died. She was never quite the same again. Well, I think one should abandon the midges and retire.
All right then, Beddoes for dit.
Quite so. I will light you to your slumbers.
Sweet Titania.
Right, well, sleep well.
Thank you very much, dear.
Not at all.
Let's return to a town soon.
Good night, Jennifer.
Good night, Clarissa.